So today we're on to day number 2 of right triangles and the Pythagorean theorem. We're going to start off today with a finding the error activity, and then we're going to dive deeper into our understanding of the Pythagorean theorem, and then I have some practice prepared for you. So you need a calculator, you need a highlighter and a pen, but as we get started you just need to be paying attention to the screen. So here is an example of a solution to finding the missing side of a right triangle. I want you to see if you can find the error and also be ready to tell me, or whoever's in the classroom with you, how you know it was wrong when you get to the final C equals. So you can pause the video now, take a look at it, and see if you can't find the error. Okay, you should be able to say, I know my answer is wrong because 12.2 is not going to be the longest side. And I can see that 10 is sitting at the hypotenuse, so 10 has to be the longest side. So the error happens right here in the very first step. If you don't go and label your triangle, this is a very, very common error. So always start Pythagorean theorem problems by labeling your triangle. So 7 is sitting on a leg, and we can call that A, but 10 is the hypotenuse. 10 has to be called C since it is across from the right angle, and the missing side is B. So be careful with how you start and where you put the numbers you're supplied with. Always make sure that you are identifying the hypotenuse and putting it into the equation in the appropriate place. All right, now let's see if you can't do a problem on your own. So again, you can pause the video. You're going to need a calculator in order to do this. See if you can't find the missing side without making that common error. All right, the steps you should go through. You should be able to say that 5 squared plus the missing side x squared is equal to 6 squared. So 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36. When we're looking for a side or a leg, we're always going to be going through a subtraction step. So I'm going to subtract 25 from both sides to get 11. Now I'm going to take the square root of 11, and my answer is 3.3. Going back to the triangle, does that make 6 the longest side? And yes, in fact it does make 6 the longest side. Alright, so what are we doing today? Again, we are learning how to apply the Pythagorean theorem to right triangles, and we're using the Pythagorean theorem to find missing sides. So before we start the next video, you should have a packet of notes to follow along with the lesson.